Hello, wonderful friends. Welcome to the Daily English Lab podcast, your ultimate destination for learning, growing, and improving your English in the most straightforward and enjoyable manner possible. I am absolutely delighted to have you join me today. Whether you're tuning in while taking a leisurely walk, driving to work, whipping up a delicious meal, or simply unwinding at home, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for being here with me. In this podcast, we explore the journey of learning English in a way that is engaging, practical, and tailored just for you. Today, we have an exceptional topic lined up that many of you are eager to dive into: fluency. I know that speaking English fluently is a goal for many of you, and it can sometimes feel like an uphill battle. You might find yourself pondering questions like, why can't I speak quickly? Why do I often pause and struggle to find the right words? Why do I feel so nervous when I have to speak in English? If you've ever asked yourself these questions, let me reassure you, you are not alone. Countless English learners experience these feelings, and it's entirely normal. But here's the exciting part. The good news is that you absolutely can become fluent. In today's episode, I will guide you through a step-by-step approach to achieving fluency. So what does fluency really mean? Is it just about speaking as fast as a native speaker? Not at all. Fluency is about speaking naturally and smoothly, without frequent interruptions. It's about expressing your thoughts in English with confidence and without hesitation. And here's a relief. You don't need to have perfect grammar or use complicated words to be considered fluent. Fluency isn't about being flawless. It's about feeling comfortable and self-assured when you speak. I recognize that many of you may struggle with this concept. Perhaps you have a robust vocabulary and a solid understanding of English, but when it comes time to speak, you feel as though your mind goes blank. Maybe you find that you comprehend English well while reading or listening, yet the moment you need to engage in conversation, anxiety takes over. Does this resonate with you? If so, don't worry, my friend. The Daily English Lab podcast is here to support you on this journey. Today, I'll be sharing effective and straightforward tips that will empower you to enhance your fluency. I will discuss what works and what doesn't, highlight common mistakes to avoid, and provide you with practical techniques that you can implement daily to speak more smoothly and confidently. And the best part? You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to make significant improvements. You can do it from anywhere, and I'll tell you exactly how. So, are you ready to elevate your English-speaking skills to the next level? Stay with me until the end of this podcast, as I have some incredibly helpful insights to share with you. By the time we wrap up this episode, you will feel more confident, motivated, and ready to practice English in a new and exciting way. All right, let's embark on our journey to fluency together and unlock your full English potential. Understanding fluency. Let's begin by breaking down the concept of fluency. Fluency is one of the most essential skills in English speaking, but what does it truly mean? Many learners mistakenly equate fluency with speaking quickly. However, this is a misconception. Fluency is not about racing through your words like a native speaker. Rather, it's about communicating naturally and smoothly without excessive pauses. When you are fluent, you can express your ideas effortlessly and clearly, without constantly worrying about grammar rules or searching for vocabulary. Even if you make minor mistakes along the way, a fluent speaker continues to communicate with confidence, unbothered by the need for perfection. To illustrate this, imagine two people engaged in conversation. The first person speaks slowly, frequently pausing to find the right words, while the second person speaks more naturally, making minor errors, yet continuing without hesitation. Who do you think sounds more fluent? Without a doubt, it's the second speaker. Fluency is fundamentally about effective communication rather than a flawless execution of grammar. Fluency versus accuracy now. Let's dive deeper into the distinction between fluency and accuracy. These terms are often used interchangeably, but they refer to different aspects of language use. Fluency is characterized by smooth, natural speech with minimal interruptions, while accuracy focuses on producing correct grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure. An accurate speaker may prioritize correctness and clarity, which can sometimes lead to slower speech. To put this into perspective, think of driving a car. Fluency is like confidently navigating the roads, even if you don't know every traffic regulation perfectly. Accuracy, on the other hand, is akin to knowing every traffic rule but driving cautiously and slowly because you're too focused on being perfect. Both fluency and accuracy are important, but if your goal is effective communication in English, prioritizing fluency is key. Should you completely disregard accuracy in your learning journey? Absolutely not. While fluency should be your primary focus, accuracy will naturally improve as you practice. Many native speakers don't always speak with perfect grammar, yet they are able to communicate fluently. This is why, as you learn English, you should first become comfortable with speaking and then gradually work on improving your accuracy. The importance of fluency in real conversations. Fluency is crucial for engaging in real-life conversations, as genuine communication is not akin to taking a grammar test. In everyday interactions, people don't pause to allow you time to think about every word you want to say. They expect you to engage naturally and keep the conversation flowing. If you pause too much to gather your thoughts, the dialogue can become awkward, and you may feel anxious about the interaction. Picture this. You find yourself in a situation where you need to speak English, perhaps at work, in school, or while traveling. You want to ask a question, but you hesitate too many times to think about the right words. In such cases, the other person may lose interest or become confused. On the other hand, if you speak fluently, even with minor mistakes, the conversation will progress smoothly and you'll maintain the other person's engagement. Moreover, fluency helps you forge connections with others. When you can speak comfortably and confidently, it enhances your interactions, making them more enjoyable for both you and your conversation partner. You don't need to be perfect. As long as you can convey your thoughts clearly, people will understand you. Consider small children learning their first language. They don't focus on grammar rules, yet they can communicate fluently, making mistakes along the way. This is the same principle that applies to English learners. The more you practice speaking without fear, the more fluent you will become. Common challenges to achieving fluency. As you embark on your journey to fluency, it's important to recognize that many learners encounter common obstacles that can impede their progress. Understanding these challenges is the first step toward overcoming them. In this segment, we will discuss 4 prevalent issues that can hinder your fluency and how to effectively address them. Fear of making mistakes. One of the most significant barriers to fluency is the fear of making mistakes. Many English learners feel shy or anxious when speaking because they are worried about grammar, pronunciation, or using the wrong words. The thoughts of "what if I sound silly?" or "what if people laugh at me?" can be paralyzing. However, here's the truth. Making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. No one speaks a new language perfectly from the beginning. Even native speakers make errors while talking. Solution: change your mindset. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, see them as valuable learning opportunities. Every time you make a mistake, you are improving. The more you practice, the fewer mistakes you will make in the future. Remember, confidence comes from speaking, not from waiting for perfection. Overthinking before speaking. Another common challenge is overthinking what to say before speaking. Many learners strive to create a perfect sentence in their minds, focusing too much on grammar and vocabulary. By the time they're ready to speak, the conversation may have already moved on. Solution: train yourself to think in English. Try to express your ideas in a simple and straightforward manner instead of translating from your native language. For instance, instead of trying to construct a complex sentence like, "I want to express that the weather is pleasant today because the sun is shining and there are no clouds in the sky," simply say, "It's a beautiful day today." Keeping it simple will alleviate the pressure and boost your confidence. Lack of confidence. Many learners grapple with self-doubt and feel that their English isn't good enough or that they will never be able to speak like a native speaker. This negative thinking can hinder fluency and lead to a lack of participation in conversations. Solution: confidence is built through practice and experience. Think about something you excel at, whether it's cooking, playing a sport, or using technology. When you first started, you were likely not an expert, but with time and practice, you improved and gained confidence. The same principle applies to English. The more you speak, the more self-assured you will become. To build your confidence, try practicing speaking every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Talk to yourself in English, read aloud, or record your voice and listen to it. The more you hear yourself speak, the more comfortable you will feel. Insufficient speaking practice. One of the most straightforward reasons people struggle with fluency is that they simply don't practice speaking enough. Many learners devote considerable time to reading, writing, and listening, but neglect to engage in spoken practice. They might think, I'll start speaking when I know enough English, but this mindset can be detrimental. Solution: speaking is a skill, just like swimming or playing the guitar. You cannot master it by merely watching videos or reading books. You have to actively engage in conversation. So, how can you incorporate more speaking practice into your routine? Here are some ideas. Find a speaking partner. Connect with a friend, teacher, or language exchange partner to practice with. Join online conversation groups. Many websites and apps facilitate connections between English learners worldwide. Talk to yourself. If you don't have anyone to converse with, practice alone. Describe your surroundings, talk about your day, or share your thoughts out loud. Use the shadowing technique. Listen to native speakers and repeat what they say, copying their pronunciation and rhythm. The more you practice speaking, the easier it will become. Fluency is not solely about knowing English. It's about using it actively. Effective strategies to enhance fluency. Improving fluency is not something that happens overnight. It requires consistent effort, patience, and the right strategies. Many English learners aspire to speak fluently, but they may not be aware of the most effective ways to practice. Some may spend excessive time memorizing grammar rules, while others focus solely on listening without speaking. The truth is, fluency comes from active engagement in speaking. In this segment, we will discuss several effective methods that can help you improve your fluency more rapidly. These practical tips can be incorporated into your daily life to make your English sound more natural and confident. Speak every day. Consistent practice is key to success. The most crucial thing you can do to improve your fluency is to speak every day. Many learners believe they need a teacher or partner to practice speaking, but that's not entirely true. You can practice alone as well. The more you engage with English, the more comfortable and confident you will become. Here are some ways to incorporate daily speaking practice. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing, what you see, or what you're thinking. For example, while cooking, you might say, "Now I am chopping the vegetables. I need to add a pinch of salt. This dish smells amazing." Talking to yourself helps your brain adjust to thinking in English. Find a speaking partner. Connect with a friend, language exchange partner, or tutor to practice with. Engaging in conversations with real people will significantly boost your confidence. Use English in daily situations. Practice speaking English when ordering food in a restaurant, asking for directions, or chatting with people online. Even the smallest conversations contribute to your fluency. Listen more, speak more. Listening and speaking are closely interconnected. The more you listen to English, the better you'll understand how native speakers talk, which in turn helps you improve your pronunciation, intonation, and speaking rhythm. Here are some effective ways to combine listening and speaking practice. Dive into English podcasts, audiobooks, and videos. Choose topics that pique your interest. Podcasts are especially beneficial because they expose you to natural English conversation. Try the shadowing technique. Listen to native speakers and repeat immediately after them, mimicking their pronunciation, speed, and tone. This technique is a fantastic way to train your mouth and brain to speak English naturally. Speak aloud as you listen. When watching a movie or YouTube video, pause the video and repeat what the speaker says. This practice enhances your sentence structure and pronunciation. Think in English. One significant hurdle English learners face is translating from their native language into English before speaking. This translation process can slow down fluency and make sentences sound unnatural. The key to speaking fluently is to think directly in English. Here's how you can start shifting your thought process. Change your inner dialogue to English. Instead of thinking in your native language, try expressing your thoughts in English. For instance, when you see a dog, don't think chien if you speak French or perro if you speak Spanish. Just think dog in English. Describe your actions mentally. Throughout the day, narrate what you're doing in your mind. If you're getting dressed, think, I'm putting on my blue shirt today. If you're heading to the store, think, I need to buy some fruits and vegetables. Engage in inner conversations. If you're waiting for a bus or walking alone, ask yourself questions in English, such as, what will I do today? Or what did I learn yesterday? The more you train your brain to think in English, the easier it will be to speak fluently. Learn useful phrases and expressions. Many learners focus too much on individual words, but in real conversations, people use phrases and expressions, not just single words. Learning common phrases makes it easier to speak fluently without stopping to search for vocabulary. Here are some strategies to incorporate this into your practice. Concentrate on phrases rather than isolated words. Instead of memorizing words like happy or excited, learn practical phrases such as, I'm really happy about that, or that's so exciting. Familiarize yourself with sentence patterns. Many English sentences follow similar structures. For example, phrases like, could you please help me, or I'm not sure if it will rain today are commonly used. If you learn these patterns, you can speak more quickly and confidently. Read and repeat. Reading is an excellent way to see how sentences are structured, and repeating aloud allows you to practice pronunciation and fluency. Here are some effective reading techniques. Choose simple books, newspapers, or online articles. Select materials that match your proficiency level. If a book feels too challenging, start with something easier. Read sentences aloud. If you find a particularly useful or interesting sentence, read it multiple times. This repetition helps your brain internalize how to say it correctly. Use audiobooks and follow along. Listen to an audiobook while reading the text. This practice helps you connect spoken and written English, enhancing your fluency. Record yourself speaking. Many learners are unaware of their mistakes because they don't take the time to hear themselves speak. Recording your voice is a powerful tool for improving pronunciation, confidence, and fluency. Here's how to do it effectively. Record your voice while speaking English. Talk about your day, describe a picture, or read a short passage. Listen to your recordings. Pay attention to your pronunciation and fluency. Do you sound clear? Are you hesitating too much? Compare your recordings with native speakers. Listen to a native speaker and try to mimic their rhythm and intonation. At first, it might feel strange to hear your voice, but over time, this method will help you speak more naturally. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Fear of making mistakes is one of the most significant barriers to fluency. Many learners feel anxious about speaking because they don't want to sound incorrect. However, remember that mistakes are an essential part of the learning process. Here's why making mistakes is beneficial. Mistakes help you learn faster. Each error teaches you something new. Mistakes show that you are trying. If you never make mistakes, it likely means you're not practicing enough. People don't care about mistakes. Most native speakers will understand you, even if your grammar isn't perfect. The key is to focus on communication rather than perfection. If you keep speaking, you will improve over time. Fun activities to boost fluency. Improving your fluency in English can be an enjoyable and engaging process when approached with creativity and enthusiasm. Traditional study methods, such as memorizing vocabulary and practicing grammar, are essential, but incorporating fun activities makes the learning experience more effective and enjoyable. By using entertaining exercises like word games, singing English songs, watching movies with subtitles, storytelling, and describing pictures, learners can develop their speaking skills naturally and effortlessly. Word games, engaging in word games like Scrabble, Boggle, or Taboo can help expand your vocabulary and improve your quick thinking skills. Additionally, practicing tongue twisters can enhance your pronunciation and articulation, making it easier to speak fluently. Singing English songs. Music is a powerful tool for language learning. By choosing your favorite English songs, listening to them repeatedly, and singing along, you can reinforce pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Karaoke sessions or apps like Smule provide a platform to practice singing English songs while improving your pronunciation. Analyzing song lyrics can help you understand idiomatic expressions and phrases, allowing you to incorporate them into your daily conversations. Watching movies with subtitles. Watching movies in English with subtitles is an excellent way to immerse yourself in the language while enjoying an engaging storyline. This method helps learners associate spoken words with written text, reinforcing vocabulary and comprehension skills. Start with animated films or sitcoms that feature clear dialogue, and gradually transition to watching without subtitles to further enhance your listening skills, storytelling, and describing pictures. Creating short stories using new vocabulary words can boost your confidence and fluency. You can do this individually or with a group. where one person starts a story and others contribute new twists and details. This exercise enhances spontaneous thinking and improvisation skills, essential for natural conversations. Similarly, look at random images and narrate what is happening in them. This practice encourages you to use adjectives, verbs, and prepositions effectively, improving your descriptive vocabulary. Staying motivated and consistent improving your fluency in English is not an easy task, but it is a journey worth every effort. One of the most critical factors in this journey is motivation. Without motivation, it can be challenging to keep going, especially when you face obstacles. Alongside motivation, consistency plays a vital role in making real progress. In this section, we will explore how to stay motivated, practice daily, and maintain consistency in your learning process. These two elements are the keys to fluency. And with the right mindset, you can achieve your goals and enjoy every step along the way. Stay motivated and practice daily. The first step in improving your English fluency is to cultivate motivation. Motivation drives you to practice regularly, even when you feel tired or frustrated. Without it, you might find yourself giving up after a few days or weeks. However, with the right mindset, you can push through and continue making progress. Here are some tips to help you stay motivated. Find your why. Understand your reasons for learning English. Do you want to travel, enhance your career prospects, or connect with new people? Remind yourself of these motivations whenever you feel low on energy. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. Whenever you learn a new word, phrase, or sentence, celebrate that achievement. This recognition will keep you motivated to continue. Visualize your goals. Picture yourself speaking English confidently in front of others or engaging in a conversation with native speakers. This visualization can keep you excited about your learning journey. Set small goals. One of the most effective ways to maintain motivation is by setting small, achievable goals. Large goals like speak fluent English can feel overwhelming, but breaking them down into smaller tasks makes them more manageable. For example, aim to speak English for just 5 minutes a day. This may sound simple, but those 5 minutes can make a significant difference. Here are some examples of small goals you can set for yourself. Speak for 5 minutes a day. Practice speaking with yourself, a friend, or even record yourself speaking. The key is to engage in conversation. Even if it's brief, learn 3 new words daily. Focus on vocabulary that you can use in real conversations. By the end of the week, you will have learned 21 new words. Listen to English for 10 minutes daily. Whether you choose a podcast, a YouTube video, or an audiobook, regular listening will contribute to your fluency. Keep learning and enjoy the process. Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. It's essential to enjoy the process and have fun along the way. When you find joy in what you're doing, you'll naturally be more motivated to practice. Here are a few ideas on how to keep the learning process enjoyable. Make it fun. Incorporate activities that you genuinely enjoy into your learning routine. If you love watching movies, immerse yourself in English films. If music is your passion, listen to English songs and learn the lyrics. Stay curious. Cultivate curiosity by asking questions and exploring new topics. Seek out interesting materials that pique your interest. Be patient with yourself. Fluency takes time to develop. Don't be too hard on yourself when you make mistakes. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn. Celebrate every step of progress, no matter how small. Final words of encouragement as we draw this episode of the Daily English Lab podcast to a close. I want to leave you with a few important reminders. Fluency is a gradual process, and that is entirely okay. It's not about rushing. It's about making consistent progress over time. Every day you practice brings you closer to your goal. Remember to be patient with yourself. There may be times when you feel like you're not improving as quickly as you'd like, but keep in mind that every effort you make is valuable. Even when you stumble or make mistakes, you are learning and growing. Each mistake is an opportunity for improvement. So don't let frustration hold you back. Keep practicing, and over time, you will see the progress you desire. Lastly, I want to encourage you with this empowering thought. Believe in yourself. The journey of learning English may not always be easy, but it's worth every moment. Your dreams of speaking fluently are within reach. Keep showing up every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Each time you practice speaking, listening, and learning, You're taking one step closer to your fluency goals. Stay motivated, remain consistent, and above all, enjoy the journey. You've got this. Thank you for joining me today on this episode of the Daily English Lab podcast. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode. Together, let's continue to grow and thrive in our English speaking journey.